everyone. Just gonna get started soon here. All right. Let's see here. I got a few different topics I wanted to mention. I don't know, take a break from the video gaming. I'll get back to it eventually. Eventually meaning probably tomorrow. I did want to play more of my Goemon collection. I was enjoying that. But I figured let's try just talking about a few different subjects. Just checking out Jack White here. This was from last year. He had a recent concert in Brooklyn that I wanted to go to, but scalper prices are crazy, so forget that. I'll try to go next year. I gotta find a good color for my room. How's that? It's like the light's cool, but it doesn't do enough. It's like that green, red. It's all too everything's too dark, but then again I have all these filters on my webcam here, so that doesn't help. We'll stick with the teal colors here. But yeah, Jack White, I was just checking out his concert from last year. I've been checking out, setlist.com. And it would have been a pretty cool concert to go to, I think, but he'll be back. But as you can tell from the topic of the video, a few things to talk about. I do a little anime talk, do a little movie talk. Check out Salty Bet again. I haven't done any betting lately. But I wanted to talk about MySpace. This is something I've been wanting to do, is to check out one of these like MySpace clone websites, and it's weird. I don't know how to explain these websites, but MySpace was very much just a product of its time, and early to mid 2000s, it was sort of like you had to be there to really experience it. There's nothing else like it now. But there are clone websites out there that try to bring you that same feel. And to me, there's just something weird about these websites. Like, all right, remember everyone back in 2006, MySpace was cool, Invader Zim was cool, My Chemical Romance was cool. But it's like the people that are joining these new websites are cosplaying kids from that period, which was me at that time period. So it's weird that there's like it has to be younger people. I can't imagine old people doing this, but like you swear you're looking at 2006 MySpace with these profiles. This website does a good job of really just. All right, now I'm like a ghost. Is there a way to fix that? I think because it's too bright. So let me. Oh, like just like. All right, I was gonna say something, but I'll censor myself. All right. Okay, so we got the white levels up a lot. What's no? That's not gonna do anything. Jeez, it's just this website's so bright. All right. Anyway, let's be a ghost. But yeah, it's like you would think you're looking at 2006, but it's not. This is active people in the year 2026. Um, like let's click on a few of these. Actually, I don't. Is there like custom music like you used to be able to do on MySpace? Hold on. I don't hear anything. But let's open a few of these. Like this person Moon. Look, you have Silent Hill 3. You have Wesker from the GameCube remake. It's like we're stuck in the early 2000s with this website. Like some of these have to be gold. And then you just have the classic guy doing a selfie in the mirror. So you gotta check that out. But okay, here's Jellyfish. 1314. All right, like this is getting to creepy territories right here. But it's like, is it really someone that's 13, 14? Is there someone pretending to be? But we're just checking out a profile, right? But yeah, look, 13 days ago, OMG, you're cool. And they're like leaving these emoji faces like that I haven't seen in years. Like this? People still do this face? Um, but like let's check out this person's. Like I could tell, right? That's a J rock visual K person. So music, I love J metal, J rock, and J pop. I love VK music. But the thing is, I don't know. Movies, I don't know. I'm not a big movie enjoyer, but I really like that movie about Fukushima. Anime, my favorites are JoJo Bizarre Adventure. I don't read that much. Mana's Heroes Mana Sama. Who talks about Mana in 2025? It's just it creeps me out. This is like Black Mirror stuff. Oh, this one has music. All right, I had to turn that off. But like, people are doing their little HTML websites, and but that was a recent profile. Let's check out more. Uh oh. Now we got like the creepy kid. This was like my brother's MySpace back in the day. Look, they got the music. I don't think you could turn it off though. But like Nirvana, who I would like to meet. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain's dead. Evanescence? Like I can't be the only person that's just like discovering these type of websites where it's like everyone's cosplaying as if it's 2006. All right, I see that. We got to check that profile out. Like Malice Miser? Who's talking about Malice Miser anymore? The Harry Potter series, Nightmare Before Christmas? It's like these people don't think of anything past 2010. It's like role playing, but you're taking it to a whole different level. But then this person mentions Trump. So that's like, this is modern times. But they're also 15. But uh, please do not talk to me if you're 18 or older. Okay, so at least I really like to see and try out different styles from the 2000s. So it is just people these days that are really into the 2000s, and they've come to this website to experience that life that they were born too late. I was born too late in my generation. You know, people my age used to say that about the 80s. Now we have the next generation saying that about the 2000s. MySpace and Hot Topic, and I don't know, man. It's just weird seeing your culture, your high school days being shown as if it's a costume. All right. You weren't there. You didn't know what it was like. I'm so like I get how older people feel now when the younger people said, "Oh, I wish I was born in the 80s," or wish I was born in the 90s. Let's check out some more profiles. We got the My Chemical Romance music. We have Mikey Way circa 2006. He hasn't looked like this since 2006. Like, I'm getting creeped out. Look at this guy. Oh boy. We had a lot of younger profiles. Something tells me this guy's a little older though. Uh-oh, wait. About me. New Jersey. Cat dad of 4. Love sports and anime. That never heard that in the same sentence before. Huge overthinker and an introvert, but love meeting new people. 420 friendly. Who I'd like to meet. New friends. Add me if you like cats or anime. Also, anyone that loves horror or romance. On a website where the previous profiles I've seen said they were like 12 and 15. All right. Yeah, can't judge a book by its cover, right? But let's see. He's obsessed with sports and cats. I eat pizza every day. What? And I love taking naps. I collect Funko Pops and I'm big into true crime and horror. Also love energy drinks, especially Monster and Red Bull. Like even the energy drink choices are 2005. Like where's the Ghost or the Bang? Um okay, television. Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, Family Guy, Star Wars, One Piece, Naruto, Death Note, Drake and Josh, Big Brother, Jersey Shore. You would think, okay, this has to be like a 2000. We'll go 2012 at least. No, this is this year. It's just strange, right? There's something strange about spacehey.com. I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of weird stuff is happening on this website. Personally, can't prove that. Well, let's just check out some of these no profile picture profiles. Like, look at this picture. It looks like it was on 2006 MySpace. If I made a profile now, I don't think I would really remember how to do all the coding and stuff to make your profile cool and have your own music. Like I remember like I would have like what are some profile songs I had? Like Ultra Noir, no one knows what band that is. Darren Gray, I would have The World Inferno, Friendship Society. Oh man, I'm getting a bit nostalgic looking at this stuff. Whoa, I wish I could turn down the freaking music though. All right, here we'll just do it manually. All right, so let's check out this dude's or girl's, I don't know, profile. My name is Mia. I love music and cats, and I'm pretty cool. Oh well, you're a little bit full of yourself, huh? I don't really put any strict labels on my style, so I'll say I lean into some kind of alternative, mostly mixing and matching different styles. Ask me anything if you're curious. To be cringe is to be free. I'm coming back here with less of a performative attitude than last time and hoping to message or interact with people more. I have other socials, so what? LMK? Is that link me up? Wait, what's LM? I don't know. If you want to friend, follow me anywhere. All right, let's see. Watching YouTube, listening to music, reading and playing video games. Oh, reading and what is their DNI? I don't know what that means. Like, look at this. This is like right there. That was me in 2007. A picture of Sonny Moore. I, this is like let's pretend it's 2010, but what's DNI? Do not interact. All right. See now it just looks like regular MySpace. DNI, racists, homophobes, transphobes. Oh, so this is definitely not 2006 because there were a lot of that back in the day. Zionist, bigots, MAGA supporters, religious extremists. Okay. Next up, we have Spider Guitarist. Is that like a reference to David Bowie or something? So this person, this profile isn't as over the top. I mean, you got the repeating wallpaper. That's a classic MySpace thing. When someone didn't know how to add a wallpaper, they would just upload an image and it just repeat over and over. Nighttime kills me. Oh, remember blogs? You used to be able to do blogs on MySpace. This was published 12 hours ago. Hmm. And we're talking about the new Strokes album. Are you sure this isn't like I've been time warped to 2009 or something? Squid. Like, come on. Look at this profile picture. Homestuck? What? Super Mega? Um, dude, you gotta fix your font color and wallpaper combo. Favorite genres are R&B, hip hop, J-pop, synth pop, Shibuya K. What's Shibuya K music? Metal, rock, twee pop. I don't really know. I don't really watch movies. I definitely, you can definitely tell these are kids because kids don't watch movies nowadays. So then, like, who's this random person? This obviously isn't you. All right, let's do another round, and then I gotta get off this website. Let's check out hooks. Let's check out Stardust Misery is a pretty cool name. Let's check that one out. We got the Ava slash Junji Ito combo right there. Uh, Kind of scared to click on this one, but we gotta do some investigating here. I'm like Skeeter Hansen right now. All right, this guy definitely we gotta check him out. Okay, he's cheating. He just has a YouTube video playing. So, Demonic Emperor, is it just me or has Space Hay gone quite quiet recently? Okay, listen to mostly synthwave. Okay, industrial. At least this one seems a little more of the times, right? Hey, hope you okay. You want to listen to my music? Ooh, we got music. Let's check out this person's music real quick. Might have to turn it up for you guys. I make music that is made for both dancing, crying, and other stuff. Well, dancing, crying, and other stuff is more than two things, so maybe switch your words around. So music, Effects Twin, Crystal Castles, uh, Bjork, Joy Division, Typo Negative, Frankie Knuckles, Susie and the Banshees, The Cure. All right, I got to listen to Candle Goth Wind. Whenever anyone throws in the word goth in something, we got to be judgmental. Next. All right, let's check out Hook's profile. So, Hook's interests: escapism, communism, video games, movies, football, space, philosophy, religion. I don't know. Okay, books. So in the books section, he just lists a bunch of video games. Pokemon, Mario Kart, eugenics, chess. 25 years old. Okay. Stardust. If I'd never heard the song ever again in my life, I would have been fine. I don't think I've ever met a Matchbook Romance hardcore fan before. But we got a profile here dedicated to this band, which I thought. So yeah, bands: Matchbook Romance, Taking Back Sunday, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance. She passed away. Well, that's, pretty good choice right there. But then you got Halo 2? before my videos get taken down for copyright, let's close that out. And then look at this person. They don't really have much going on. They have the Uzumaki image there. The picture of, I think, Blasphemous, the game. Yeah, not much going on there. And then this guy, please be like, over 18 with a picture like that. Let's see, about me floating around this shit. I love working out and disassociating, listening to music, and I love talking to you, but you don't even know it yet. Has that ever worked before? Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Space, hey. We should sign up for one. Let's check out one more. What the Life is Strange? I don't know what these words mean. Oh, from Turkey. Okay. Radiohead fan, apparently. I don't know, but see, like, there's some weird vibes about this website. Can't quite put my finger on it, but there is something strange about this whole thing. But I thought that would be pretty funny to talk about. Maybe I should sign up for one. Maybe one day. Next, let's talk about a movie I watched recently, In a Violent Nature. Watched this one the other day with the GF. Now, I've heard so many people praise this movie. So I was like, this is a no-brainer. I'll just go in blind and watch it because, so many people love it. But I don't know. I feel like I was kind of let down by it. Let me just do one thing real quick. The lighting thing isn't really going to work. So let's just turn the lights on. Okay. But yeah, In a Violent Nature. I don't want to say it was a bad movie. Definitely watched worse. Definitely watched worse this year, actually. But I was disappointed, I think. Usually I watch a movie and I kind of let the feelings sort of calm down. I don't know. Like, give it a day. But it's just, I think just how much people hyped it. I was disappointed. And, like, everything's been done before. You had some cool new elements added, like walking behind. It felt like I was playing the Friday the 13th game. You kind of had that same camera angle, right? You're behind Jason like that as he's walking around. But and I kind of like slow movies anyway, but this had no music. And it's 80% of it was just walking through the woods, which I feel like it was for budget reasons, but maybe it was just like an artistic choice, could be. They really wanted to do something different, so different enough that people talked about it. So that's probably why they chose to film it that way. And I mean, the acting was pretty rough, of course. Bunch of, you know, no name actors from Canada, so can't really say much about that. Um, the deaths were pretty cool, I guess, for a low budget film. I feel like that's where most of the budget went, were the special effects for these kills. Uh, but a movie like this, all you really need is interesting kills. And that's about it, I guess. When you think of Friday the 13th movies, the stories always suck. The characters are always pretty bad. So, like, what really is there to like? The kills, right? Jason doesn't talk. But usually the background music is pretty nice. So if this had a cool 80s styled background soundtrack, I think it would have made it better. Personally, that's I get what they're going for. Nature is pretty scary. When you're alone in the woods. I mean, I like being alone in the woods, so I'm not. That's not really something I'm scared of. But I guess hearing all the crickets and the birds and the crunching leaves, that makes me feel comfortable though. So I don't know what they were going with that. But yeah, I was it was okay. I shouldn't say it was a bad movie, but I could have used something else a little more, right? Like it started up, I thought it started up better than how it the middle went and how the end went. So I don't. If we had to give it a rating, I think 7. I don't think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10 is, I don't think I'd ever watch it again if a movie is a 5 out of 10. Six is, it's possible another day I would watch it again. Like Psycho Killer that came out earlier this year, that would be like a 2 out of 10. Because I think there was like a scene or two I did like in that movie. Otherwise, I don't think I'll ever even think of that movie again. But and you'd give it a 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, that's pretty low. If you would give it a 4 or 5 out of 10, what would you give Psycho Killer? Let's see. Let's talk about some anime real quick. Well, we got Akira. It's coming back in 4K. Everything's getting the 4K treatment. Even random ass movies like Gozu is getting the 4K treatment. It's like I was really big into DVD collecting back in the day. I got so many of these just weird, obscure Japanese horror movies on DVD. And then they started coming out on Blu-ray. So that was cool getting a few of those, but they still haven't all come out to Blu-ray. But now we're moving on to 4K releases, and there's still a lot that hasn't been translated from DVD to Blu-ray. And so I feel like for me personally, when it comes to collecting movies, I gotta stick with the DVDs because a lot of my favorite movies are never making the jump to 4K. I know that for sure. But when you think of Akira, when it was went to Blu-ray compared to DVD, that was like a big step up. But what do you do with the movie that was animated back in the 80s? You can't really do much more to make it look better until you start messing around with this AI stuff. And they've done that with some of these older movies when they re-release them in IMAX and 4K, and that just kind of go, especially a movie like Akira, which took years to animate. You can't really mess around with it too much. I really don't know how's it gonna look in 4K. But I definitely want to see it in theaters. I missed it every time it was re-released in theaters. So this is one, but it's gonna be like on a random Tuesday, and it's like, why can't they show these movies on a weekend or something? I don't get it. It's like, okay, because the kids want to watch Minions, I get it, and that's what it's gonna sell the most on the weekends. But you can throw us a bone. People that have jobs and stuff and can't really do this stuff during the week. So it's getting re-released. Okay, on September 4th. Let's just check out what September 4th is real quick. It's a Tuesday, of course, of course. Why wouldn't it be a Tuesday? Yeah. But let's talk about two recent anime series that are, you know, getting some hate out there for reasons I don't agree with at all. So let's talk about it. First up, we have Chainsmoker Cats. Yes, controversial anime right now. People are deeming it too gross. But then you got the other side where people are loving it because it is gross. So it's like, but then I say this: the people that watch this and appreciate it for what it is, those I think are the true anime fans because they remember what anime was at one point back in the day. People that think this is too gross, they wouldn't be able to handle the 80s anime or the OVAs, I should say, the stuff that wasn't on TV. Um, Subject matter wise, and I mean, none of those shows really got this gross with the gross out humor. I would say this one kind of takes it to a whole other level. But if this stuff is offending you, I don't know if it's offending people. They're just really grossed out by it. But it's like the puke is sparkly. Like it's what is there to be grossed out by? Really, it's a cat that smokes a lot. Maybe smoking just offends people. I don't know. It's just weird the complaints people have, and they'll just say it's gross. They won't ever explain what they don't like about it exactly. Just that it's gross. You gotta explain yourself a little more. Why is an anime like this, which I think is it's pretty original? Nothing else is like that. I mean, you can watch your 50th shonen action anime and praise it. They all rip off Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z anyway. But then when you got something that's original, maybe it's a little gross, but it's a totally new concept. And it's taking lives that a lot of these anime fans live anyway, just putting it in anime form and being turned off by that just shows me just the lack of, I don't know, taste. These people, they just want to watch the stuff that's popular. I see it. I've seen it in friends that I knew. They just watched whatever was on Crunchyroll or something. Your shonen of the week, stuff that people liked 5 years ago, no one talks about it. But I'm telling you, this show is 5 years, people are still going to be talking about it. So I thought it was a pretty unique show. It's pretty funny. I think it's funny. Definitely original, definitely unique. So what is there to really not like about it? I don't know. The cat farts on people. Okay. I mean, do you ever watch South Park? Yeah. People they don't like feeling uncomfortable about anything. I guess that's true. I mean, people are coddled their lives and, they watch something that's going to freak them out a little bit. They don't know how to react, so they just hate it. The other one, getting hate for other reasons, is Ghost in the Shell. I have to blame my generation, but even people are older than me that grew up with the movie, the 95 anime movie. They do not like this series. And because remember how, sort of, you got the subject matter of AI and robots and ghosts and taking over your brains and government control and all these great themes, classic cyberpunk 80s themes done in a serious matter in that anime movie. And then the standalone complex was a little less serious, but still in a similar tone. But so to them, that's what Ghost in the Shell is. Don't make it goofy. Don't make the wild, exaggerated 80s anime, which I think is the best aspect of this anime. Bringing back the classic, over the top anime expressions and stuff. Let's see more of that. Um, but yeah, hold on one second. This was not your brooding. This was not your brooding, dark 95 anime. This is what the anime is actually based on, the original manga. Well, let's find a good. Find a good scene. Hold on one second. I'm just looking through it, trying to find one that we saw already in a few episodes. But yeah, like look. This is the animation that the anime follows, and as you can tell, it's pretty silly looking. That's Ghost in the Shell. The other stuff that people love are adaptations of this story. What the anime is doing is just pretty much copying it page by page, really, with some censorship of some nudity, which, yeah, you can't really get away with that stuff nowadays, but they just don't realize. And then, like, what's the argument against that? When people are told that this is based on the original source material, I've seen some pretty dumb arguments against it. Like, well, people never liked the manga, right? People weren't into that. They liked that gritty 90s movie. That's what the people liked. Sure, maybe here in America, because that's what came out. They didn't have the manga. But in Japan, they had the manga. They had the PlayStation 1 game, which wasn't that popular over here. So this form of Ghost in the Shell was always around. And obviously, being that it's anime, it's made for a Japanese audience with, the Western audiences being fans of the series. But then there are those who do like it because they do like how it sticks to the original art style. But and it's like, I don't know. You have the original movie to go back and watch to. This isn't for that audience, so I don't know. I don't get it. All right, next. Got some time here. Wanted to finish things up by checking out Salty Bet again. One of my favorite websites where you can bet your virtual money on characters. And usually you got to bet on the robots or the wife. Those are the rules. But I've been losing some money. Last time I did this, I bet on the waifus and they weren't really winning a lot. So let's go back. Let's check it out. Let's see. How much money do I have? I have $195. That's it. Not good. But okay, we have a 3-minute ad on Twitch. You can go F yourself, Twitch, with this nonsense. So you got a commercial break in progress, but there's no commercial. So what? You're just wasting 3 minutes. You're not even trying to sell me something. You just have a stupid commercial break in progress message up on the screen. You know what the point of an ad is? What the point of a commercial break is? Is to show a commercial. All right, so we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 14 for a bit. This is launching on Switch 2 on the 4th. So next week. And I thought, I'm a little scared of MMORPGs. I don't want to get sucked into these worlds. I don't have the time now in my life to get stuck in these type of games. But I thought I would check out the free trial for it at least. I think there's I forget how the free trial works. It might be a 3-month free trial, or I think it's the first 3 expansions. I mean, it's a pretty big free trial, regardless. But I was trying to figure out what the class, what job I want to focus on if I do try it out again. Because I had the summoner last time I played years and years ago. And I do like summoner, but do I want to go back to that, or do I want to try something different? I don't know. I mean, I liked Carbuncle. Carbuncle was cool, but I don't really remember the other summons. I guess Ifrit, right? Or Ifrit. I don't know how people are trying to pronounce it nowadays, but it was pronounced Ifrit back in the day. But then maybe I want to go let's go for a tank, like a warrior or Dark Knight. Dark Knight sounds cool, right? Looks like Griffith from Berserk here. Let's get some backslashes going on. Actually, no, that's Xenoblade. But you get what I mean. The healer class, that was never. I mean, those are fun classes, but if I'm going to be playing this, the person that usually plays these online games with me always picks the healer class and the support class. So I always leave that to him. So I never bother even checking it out. But like Monk, Monk's cool, right? Look at that. Got a little Chun-Li action going on with the high kicks. Oh my god, the ad's still going. It froze at 30. Froze at 30 seconds. Twitch, I hope this website blows up one day. So is this part of the ad? All right, what do we got? We have a waifu versus, I forgot, Dragon Ball Z. They always win. The Super Saiyans were always the top tier, I think. We got a bit of an overkill there with Vegeta. So like my Fantasy Star class, the equivalent would probably be like a warrior type class. Actually, no, I used a ranger. So that's more like ranged. So a black mage. Summoner. Alright, bets are open. Let's see, who do we got? Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta versus Angelia. Is this a tournament? Alright, let's go 50 on Vegeta. Let's see if the theory is right to always bet on a Saiyan. even if there is a waifu involved or a Gundam. Most money was bet on Vegeta. So let's see. All right, she's blocking a lot, but Vegeta got the instant transportation, doing the combos off screen. Vegeta having flashbacks fighting against Cell, looks like. Got the final flash. Going for the overkill. She laid maybe one hit on Vegeta. Round 2. Okay, got his super there. Up, she got a counter. Didn't hurt him at all, though. Now we got a random guy with her doing nothing. Up, the Big Bang attack. Vegeta spamming those supers. Not one hit. Anyone who bet against Vegeta, why would you? All right, next. We have Hibachi versus Road Sign. Is that literally a road sign? That's what I thought. This is a trap, I feel like. You would think bet on road sign, right? It's so ridiculous. How could you go wrong? But I'm not falling for it. Let's go 50 on Hibachi. Let's see what the chat's saying. Oh god, not road sign. Not a trap, just a tough call. All in on the sign. It's I don't know. But most of the bets went towards the waifu, so I think people are more familiar with these characters. I'm feeling a little comfortable. Someone bet 800,000 on the road sign, though. And road sign is changing a lot. It's... I don't know. This is... The rabbits took her out. Sometimes when things are too obvious, it's because it's too obvious. So just go with the obvious sometimes. I don't know. But she got destroyed. So someone was really confident. $800,000 on road sign. Next we have Salt. What? Salt Mine. What? Team A versus Team B on Salt Mine. What could this possibly mean? Let's find out. Someone's going wild on that bass in the song. All right, we got Team King of Fighters versus this is another trap. You got the wacky character, but Kyo has to take it, right? I mean, Kyo, these are what these games are based on, you know. Capcom versus SNK, right? So how could you not bet on Kyo? All right, let's see. People were betting heavily on the other team. But we had that person who bet 800,000 betting on the team I chose, so could be a good sign. This is classic. See, people fell for it. People fell for the wacky looking character. But if there's a King of Fighter, go with the King of Fighter. They were made for these games. I should say this game was made because of them. So, there you go. Don't bet against Kyo. She gets a little victory screen as if she did anything. Alright, let's do one more match. We got the Egg Chamber versus the Alien Warrior. Definitely some Castlevania music right now. What? We got eggs, I'm guessing from Alien versus the Alien Xenomorph. I have a feeling the eggs are going to be a little OP for some reason. So let's go with the Egg Chamber. I don't know. Alien Warrior is just spamming the poison spit, but the Egg Chamber has its little alien. What am I watching? Why isn't... Why is the Alien Warrior spitting over the eggs? That's it? One round? Why was it only one round? We have an Octorok, I guess from Zelda, versus Rascalex. We got the small hitbox, which could be an issue. But look at that janky looking MS Paint Octorok. Alright, let's end it with this one. Let's go. I don't know. I have a feeling Octorok is gonna win, but let's go 200 on the little rascal here. Let's see how everyone else bet. It's pretty tied, actually. Right down the middle. 40-40. But if I win this bet, I get a lot of money. Should have known, right? That might have been the quickest fight in Salty Bet history. Someone was so confident. These people were so confident in the Octorok. They bet millions. Someone bet 10 million. Another person bet 4 million. Wow. But with that said, everyone, thanks for watching. Next time I'll be back with the game. Probably more Densha attack or Goemon. Let's see.